This is Philly in the House with Maurice Jackson, the weekly show where we dig into the sound, the stories, and the spirit of gospel music. From the choir stand to the recording studio, we're going there, and we're not doing it alone. We're sitting down with iconic voices from the Philly tri-state area to talk legacy, influence, and the history that shaped the movement. From the Savettes to the Philly Mass Choir to the Victory Choral Ensemble to the Brockington Ensemble. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get started. Philly in the House.
Today on Philly in the House, we have Corey Shipley. Corey Shipley is a sought-after gospel songwriter and musician known for his contributions to worship music, particularly through works with the Bishop's Choir and collaborations with artists like Dillard. Shipley's songwriting has been featured in live recordings and albums by the Bishop's Choir at Grace Cathedral Fellowship Ministries in Trenton, New Jersey. He wrote several tracks for their first live CD, Live at the Cathedral, including Old Time Way, Give God the Highest Praise, and Go Tell It. Let's welcome Corey Shipley. I have here today on Philly in the House, Corey Shipley. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm blessed, man, and I'm so happy that you took out of your busy schedule to do this interview. Just want to get it started. What's been going on with you, man?
Man, I have to say that the Lord has been kind and gracious, man, in this season. I'm enjoying it.
Amen,
yeah.
Amen, yeah. Amen. So listen, just to give you some info on what Philly in the House is, it's really about the tri-state area, Philly gospel, the history of Philly gospel, the choir sound. With your history, you started out as a musician.
Yes, started out as a drummer. I played drums and percussion for Craig Hayes United Voices for 16, 17 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and then of course, the church drummer until I became the director.
And that's something that we want to hit on, the Bishop's Choir.
Yes, sir.
The Bishop's Choir. Please tell my listening audience the history on the Bishop's Choir.
So the Bishop's Choir was a church choir at Grace Cathedral Fellowship Ministries in Trenton, New Jersey, where at the time, Bishop Jerome S. Wilcox was our pastor. He's also the founder. He passed on in 2024. We were preparing for, I want to say it was his anniversary, and we were putting all the choirs together to sing for him, which was the first time that we had ever done that at the church. And we were sitting there and we was like, we need a name for the choir. First Lady Wilcox at the time, she said, why not call it the Bishop's Choir? And we was like, choir. Because at that time, there was no Bishop's Choirs. We took it, ran with it, and here we are now, next year, if I'm not mistaken, next year will be 30 years that we've been singing.
And it's funny, you're doing something with me this afternoon, or we've just completed it.
Yeah.
My project, just to tell a listening audience, Corey pleasured us with being the drummer on this project that we're doing in Morning Star Studio. But it's funny, Corey did not remember how he met me.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, I met him in the 90s when I was in the road business. The Bishop's Choir was looking for robes.
Yes,
and that's how I got introduced to the Bishop's Choir. Now, the funny thing about the Bishop's Choir, I equated them, once I heard them sing, to like a Ford Memorial, because they were a church choir that was, to me, professional.
Yeah.
I was like, I'd never heard anything like that. Let me ask you this, dealing with the choirs, how do you feel the state of the choir sound? Is it relevant today as it was back in those days? How do you feel?
Honestly, I think that the choir sound is still relevant. It's relevant to who wants it to be relevant to. You know, some churches have totally dispersed the choir. Some churches that still are a heavy-driven choir church. Some churches are bringing the choir back. I think during COVID, because of the whole spacing issue and everything like that, and not trying to be protective, we definitely lost some choirs that way. But gradually, it's coming back to the forefront, because I see it a lot of time on Facebook. And actually, Pastor Vincent Bohannon, he made a statement yesterday as far as the choir is concerned. Well, people saying that the choir is back. The choir never left. The choir never left. We've been here. We've been singing. We've been going strong. We are now taking back our rightful place. Well, nothing's wrong with the praise team. Nothing's wrong with the praise team, but that it's just something about seeing a mass of people in uniform singing praises to God and making everybody in the room happy. It's an emotional thing. Yeah.
I kind of agree, and I've spoken and interviewed some other people, and they kind of said the same thing, even with the COVID thing.
Yeah.
And we have nothing with the praise and worship team, but the choirs were the backbone of the church, of just gospel music.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, because you are involved in so many things. I had the privilege a few years ago to go to my first gospel music workshop of America. It was in Greensboro, North Carolina. And I saw you.
Is that where I got your book?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so. And not knowing that you were that involved, tell me about what's going on with that and where you're at with GMWA at this point.
Wow. I tell everybody, I started in GMWA in 1992. I got in some trouble at school and got kicked out. My parents made myself and Professor Hayes sign a contract that I had to go back to school to finish up in order to go to GMWA. That's how I wound up at GMWA. And like I said, it's 1992. Here we are in 2026. I am now the chairperson over what is the Contemporary Adult Division, which is I kind of chair over the ages of 25 to 50. Just recently, back in February here, I was appointed to the board of directors. They're putting some new, fresh, young blood on the board. It's been a great thing so far. GMWA, most people don't know, it was founded by Reverend James Cleveland for choirs, singers to come to learn about gospel music, to sing gospel music. Another thing people don't know about GMWA has, not only do we sing, but we have classes. Some of the classes there at GMWA are accredited. You can actually go there and take the classes for those 4 days and get real college credits for those classes, and those credits will follow you. Like I said, more than just singing, people are there learning, people are there teaching, real professors are there teaching whatever it is. If it's tambourine, if it's on music business, you cover that on GMWA. We also have the Alliance, which is our radio announcers, social media people. The Alliance is really big, it's growing to help people to know what it is that people are looking for on social media. And as far as the radio is concerned, not only do we have that, we have the Ministerial Alliance, in which people come and they learn how to preach. That's something that goes on there for, I believe it's 4 days as well. It's a lot. We have what is called Daily Bread, where some of America's biggest preachers come and they preach during that week. I'm looking forward to this year. They have Pastor Tolan Morgan. He's coming, and I'm gonna be right there front and center, because that's one of my favorite preachers right there. Yes, sir.
That's good stuff. Yeah, I had the privilege. For years, I was trying to get to GMWA, and Professor Willie Phillips hooked me up, got me set up, and I was going to go with the Philly chapter and sing with them, but then I had product. So then something said, no, go and be a vendor. And I was blessed because I figured I'd be somewhere in the back, because I'm a little vendor. Where I was placed.
Oh, you was right up front.
Where I was placed.
Yeah.
I heard all of the Daily Bread, because I was right there. I heard all of the rehearsals, all of the singing.
Yeah.
It was like I couldn't beat where they put me at. On GMWA, since we're on this subject right now.
Okay.
Based on what it used to be when James Cleveland had it, has it grown? Did it go into a decline? What do you think?
It went into a decline really because school times changed. A lot of people use their vacation to go to GMWA. GMWA used to be in August. The school situation changed as far as when people were going back to school. They moved it to July. Now people coming back. One thing GMWA was known for was putting out records. It's been a while since they put out a record, But I'm happy to say that my division, along with Generation Now Collective, which is the young people, we're actually releasing an EP this summer at the convention. So this would be the first piece of music that GMWA nationally has been released, I believe, since 2009 or 10. So yeah, we're releasing something new. We were trying to get back to that where the writers would come because they knew that they were going to have a chance to present their song to be on a record. Yeah.
That's great stuff. I cannot leave without interviewing you, without talking about you as a songwriter. Some of the, I don't even want to say, how can I place it, some of gospel's greats that have taken your songs and they're singing them now. Ricky Dillard, let's start there.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Man, Dr. Dillard, I want to say our relationship started, of course, when I was playing the drums for Craig Hayes. That's when I met Dr. Dillard. When the Bishop's Choir started out, he had our first CD. And I would see him every now and then. He would always say, "You guys are my favorite church choir." And then we put out, what was that? That was our second record, God Has Been Good to Me. We had a song on that record called Saved. And he heard it, and he said, "I want to record that." And I was like, "Sure, go ahead." And sometimes when you're talking to people, you think it's convention talk. But one thing I will say about Dr. Dillard, if he says he's going to record it, he's going to record it. So he recorded the Saved song, and then he called me again about a song that I didn't write, but I arranged the version that we have. It was written by S.T. Bullock, called Hand of the Lord. So they recorded that. And so then I wrote Hold On. He contacted me about Hold On, but for not the record that is on, but the record before. But they had already told somebody that they were using their song. So he said, "Just hold on." He said, "Don't do nothing with it. Just hold the song for me." And I was like, "Sure." And so I didn't do anything with the song. He hit me up, it's time. So I was like, "Okay." And he took the song, and man, honestly, I didn't think that it would do what it did. Because, and I won't say no names, but I had let somebody listen to the song, and they told me it was a terrible song. Yeah, I was like, okay. And I just left it alone. But like I said, never once in a million years thought that they would be stomping the stage everywhere, singing it on the Stellars, on How Sweet the Sound. Even to be nominated for a Grammy, it blew my mind. We didn't win. Just the fact of going to the Grammys, it changed my mindset about what I wanted to accomplish as far as music was concerned.
I'm going to tell you something, brother. Before we go, you've always been just really nice to me. We didn't see each other, didn't know each other like that. We would cross paths. It could be 10 years or whatever. You were just very nice. And knowing all the things you've done and you're doing, there was a humbleness about you, which I picked up on. Wasn't no grandiose things. And Corey, I thank you today, God, for just taking time out your schedule to be with Philly in the house and give us some of your pearls of wisdom and some things that you've done. We thank you today, God. Brother, I wish you the best in God in all your endeavors.
Yes, sir.
God bless you, brother.
God bless you.
Remember, Philly gospel isn't just music. It's legacy, memories, and testimonies. This is Philly in the House. Until next time, be blessed.